App State has won the toss. They elect to defer, so Troy will get the ball first. Michael Hughes will kick it away to get the party started as Devontae Ross waits deep, and that one will go into the end zone. Bring him out, bring him out. Troy gets the rock first, and they are led by their running back, Kimani Vidal.
The offensive player of the year in the Sun Belt. I call him Yak Man, yards after contact. He doesn't go down easy. He turns the 1-yard rush into the 5- and 6-yard gains. You're in for a treat with number 28 for Troy.
It's funny, we normally bring out a quarterback, but he is so important to this offense for Troy. When he gets going, man, you better look out. They start with a 2 tight end formation from their own 25. Gunnar Watson, the quarterback, out of the tight end. Out of the shotgun, excuse me. They do give it to Vidal, and a good tackle by E.J. Jackson. He just wouldn't let go.
Yeah, it's all about E.J. Jackson. He's the star player. They've changed their defense up. We'll get to that throughout the game, but E.J. Jackson making a play off the edge early.
How about Troy going a little tempo to start this game? First possession here in this Sun Belt Championship. Watson looking to throw his first pass. Good protection, steps up, and incomplete. E.J. Jackson putting his stamp on this game already.
Well, he delivered the big hit, though, John. If he had his eyes on the quarterback, he probably has an interception. Coming from the right side of your screen, he's over there, he's just waiting, laying in the weeds, laying in the weeds. If he looks at the quarterback, he's probably going to intercept that pass, bringing up a 3rd down.
We're looking for the running back, Vidal. So it brings up 3rd and 10 for Troy. And this play is blown dead. We will hear from our referee for the first time, Wayne Winkler.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 14 minutes, 25 seconds. 14:25 on the game clock, please.
So they reset the clock. Troy actually using this as somewhat of a timeout as Gunnar Watson is talking to the coaching staff as he makes his way back into the formation.
They don't want to be in 3rd and long, so it's the first big money down of the game for Gunnar Watson.
Shifts defensively for App State as Vidal joins his quarterback in the backfield. 3rd and 10. Watson with time, throws over the middle. Jabri Barber. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. That is good for a first down. Nick Ross, the man in coverage.
Well, it started with the protection. They brought 6. App State did. It was all blocked up by Troy, and they were able to get that ball across. That's +1 right there for the offensive line, creating time for Watson.
Troy from their own 35 on first down. Quick pass to the outside. That is complete to Deshaun Stoudemire. And you get a short gain on first down. Kirk, let's check out your keys to the game for Troy.
Well, I think we already saw one of them. That's Gunnar's goggles, right? He's had to be seeing the entire field, and that's what you saw in that 3rd down. Gunnar being able to find, locate, go through his progressions, an outstanding job. And then they got to secure the perimeter on defense. A stout defense up the middle. Look for App State to do some things out on the perimeter. Troy's defense has to secure the outside screen game, pass game, and outside runs.
2nd and 7. They go to the ground with Vidal. Look at him bounce to the outside. We do have a flag incoming from behind the play. That was a gain of 14, but will it stand?
Yeah, I think they may get number 89 to tie it in, Clayton Allendike. He was the outside.
Offense number 89. 10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Yeah, he was the outside blocker, and he tried to secure that edge, but he got that left hand on the outside. That's the hard part, right on the right side of your screen. It was a late play, but that's what got Vidal to the outside. It was just a little hole by the tight end.
So after the holding penalty, they'll back him up to 2nd and 17. And in the backfield will be running back Damian Taylor now. We saw tempo early on this drive, but obviously after the penalty, slowing them down a little bit, and Gunnar Watson wants to make sure his guys are settled.
Well, what happens when you go off script? Okay, you get the first 10 plays scripted. Now they're off script. How does this offense respond?
Watson underneath, incomplete. We're looking for Stoudemire.
It's a nice job there by Andrew Parker. He's the linebacker, all everything, number 7 for App State. He's the first-team linebacker for a reason. That time they tried to run a whip route on him, and he got it covered. Now 3rd and 17 for this App State defense.
What's the key offensively for Troy when you got to get 17?
Well, sometimes you can't get it all, sometimes. So what do? Try to check down, go underneath, and hopefully the run and catch element can get you 17.
Let's see what Gunnar Watson can do. He will dump down underneath and blown up. Vidal with a one-handed catch, but nothing doing. App State was all over it. A loss of 3.
App State knows you got to get 17 yards, and Ethan Johnson, number 19, he was all over it. Knowing a screen, draw, those are the plays when you get into those down and distances. Once you read that my receiver's blocking, guess what? I'm about to go make a play. Ethan Johnson bring the lumber early on.
So Troy is forced to punt on their first possession. Robert Cole is on to punt this one away, as Caden Robinson is the deep man waiting at his own 35. Good hang time on that punt as Robinson calls for the fair catch. A punt of 40 yards as App State will get their first touch of the rock. And here we go. Joey Aguilar, I want to see what he can do.
Yeah, I'm ready to see what Joey Aguilar can do. Comes from Northern California. How did you get a quarterback from Northern California to come to Boone, North Carolina? But they are so happy that he did. Joey Aguilar, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and I feel like nobody's talking about a big showcase for him today, John.
3rd in the country in terms of touchdown passes coming into the game. They start from their own 35 on the ground. Kanye Roberts. And there's that Troy defense meeting him at the line of scrimmage, a gain of 1.
3rd in the conference. Actually, 1st in the conference in terms of rushing defense. They're 13th in the country. It is going to be difficult to run through the teeth of this defense. I mentioned earlier, App State's going to have to try to get the ball out on the perimeter, get the ball out of space. They're just too stout in the middle of the defense, is Troy.
That was Javon Solomon, the junior, at 6'2", 249. 2nd and 9. Aguilar throws to his tight end Eli Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete.
Rolling on the field is an incomplete pass. 3rd down.
He never had control of that football, was Wilson. He was wide open. Had to kind of contort his body just a little bit. Never truly secured that catch. The process, that ball's incomplete.
He saw Jaden McDonald bearing down on him and never wrapped it up.
It's out of the break. That was an easy first down for Aguilar to Robinson.
Robinson, the leading receiver on this team. He is their go-to guy. 10 touchdown receptions on the season. A new set of downs for the Mountaineers. On the ground, followed up. No gain. All right, Kurt, let's take a look at your keys to the game for this offense for App State.
Well, App State's better have their all-terrain boots on. To do some things with his legs, boots, runs, move in the pocket. He's going to have to make some plays for sure with his legs. And put a kimono on Kamani. Running back for Troy, making sure you keep him wrapped up. Don't allow him to be the game wrecker that he's been all season long for a lot of opponents that Troy has been up against.
Quick screen to his running back, Roberts, and he will do the rest. He rumbles for 10 yards, make that 11.
Blocking out front, but Roberts was able to find a nice little seam and get north and south. I talked about it, John. What the perimeter? That's going to be where the game is played at. You got to take advantage of getting that ball outside of the hashes.
So the ball into Troy territory, marked at the 42. Spinning away from the first tackler. They're taken down inside the 40, a gain of 3. Del Pettis there on the stop with Caleb Ransaw.
Too. This is only the first drive for App State. We saw the first drive for Troy stalled. And if you're Joey Aguilar, just continue the reps. That's what stopped the drive for Troy, not allowing those mistakes. App State here on this opening drive.
And 7. Here comes the blitz, and Aguilar just throws it into the turf. Wait, is that a fumble?
No, I don't think that's a fumble. He wanted to double clutch that one. It's an incomplete pass.
It was a late signal by the officials, and it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Me, though, is that intentional grounding. And that's what these officials have to come together, and that's probably what they're talking about now. Was that intentional? I don't see an open receiver or a receiver in the vicinity. The ball's going forward. There it is.
Offense number 4 threw the ball into an area. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. Third down.
You could see at the last moment he tried to hold on to it, right? He didn't want to release that one, and it went right into the turf.
Yeah, right. He doesn't go through the full process of getting the ball thrown, but that's what I envisioned when I saw that. Where was the receiver he was throwing to? Together, John, and said, you know what? There was no receiver in the area, intentional grounding, and that's the mistake that App State was trying to avoid on this drive.
Third down for the Mountaineers. Tall finds his tight end Wilson, but he just barely gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Nice job by O'Shea Fletcher. He was the corner on that little underneath route. And again, a lot of these guys are playing the man. They don't know. Quarterback, I thought Fletcher could have stepped in front of that one. Possibly could have had our first touchdown of the game.
So both teams for. Mitchell Lake is on to punt as Barber waits at his own 10. Will let it go over his head. And the fair by App State at the 10. No score in the Sun Belt Championship game. Coming back to Troy. Wright Waters, the former Sun Belt commissioner from 90 Foundation for everything here at the Sun Belt. The trophy is now named after him. He's with current Sun Belt commissioner Keith Gill. And this conference keeps going up for the Sun Belt this year.
Top to bottom, one of the best conferences in all of college football.
But we do have a flag as Tyreek Funderburk was there in coverage.
And that's a good penalty. If he doesn't grab him, that's a touchdown. So that is a touchdown saving grab because he was beat off the line of scrimmage.
Defense number 2, 10-yard penalty.
Do they teach that now? If you're beat, do you just grab the guy?
Well, look, Chris Lewis is a big play wide receiver, so he's on the outside. Not grab him, that's a touchdown. And if you watch the NFL the other day, the penalty would have went to where the penalty took place at. So that could have been 10 yards. Just 10 yards, John. I mean,
is that something that needs to change?
No, that's not just the 90-yard touchdown.
Play fake. Watson throws to the outside. That one is complete to Devontae Ross. Watson has. He's a guy who rededicated himself in the offseason. He came back for his 6th year, went in the weight room, changed his diet, and man,
that's what he says. I gave up sweets. The hardest thing he had to do this offseason was give up the sweets. That led this team to a conference title a year ago.
Watson looking to throw again, pressured, and Santana Hopper, he got there quick. A loss of as Watson was slow to get back to his feet.
Yeah, nice job by Hopper. He's right in the middle, and he just finds a way to get to the outside. He outside and just gets to the quarterback. Outstanding job by Hopper. And Watson.
Another third down for Troy in this ball game there. 1 for 2 and more to go. This one's a 3rd and 11. And we're going to have a timeout. Troy.
Troy there first.
Coach, a little sloppy to start the game. Troy Trojans back here.
That against Louisiana. And then again. in 2019. And it's time for today's Aflac. All right, so the Sun Belt Conference introduced football in 2001. Which two ever conference title?
For some reason, I think Troy has to be a part of that one, I believe. Come back to me.
On 3rd and 11, Vidal with the carry, and it's going to be close. They give him the first down. It was 12.
I talked about it in the open, John, right? He turns 1 2-yard gains in the 6th, and now this time, 12-yard run. Hand it off and allow Vidal to get the yardage that was needed. That's a huge first down pickup for Troy.
And Kirk, the weather has shifted. Let's see how that impacts things. Debris Barber to the outside, still on his feet. A nice run after the catch. He picks up 5.
Downs get everybody going. Everybody's excited now. Everybody's in a rhythm. And that's what you're seeing now. A little bit of a rhythm now, going a little bit of flow and tempo. Here's the rain. So with the rain, leaning on the run game heavily, I think Troy will see throughout the rest of the
year. On their own 36, it's 2nd and 5. Vidal trying to bounce, get there. Thomas Davis tracking him down.
Nice job by Davis, knifing in there, refusing to be blocked. He was actually supposed to be slanting down, and all he does is fight his way up the field. This is one thing you've seen from App State. They refuse to be blocked. To get up the field and capture Vidal.
So the wide receiver, Debris Barber, is now in the backfield. They'll send Barber now out to the top of the screen. Watson looking in his direction, and he finds him right at the 40. Barber picks up 10.
Yeah, because you got Barber, their best receiver, on a free safety, Nick Ross. So Ross says, you know what, I got to give him space. All Ross does is do what? He doesn't pressure. He doesn't get up to the line of scrimmage. You give that much space, that's an easy first down to be thrown.
Taylor, the running back now, a new set of downs for the Trojans. Watson over the middle, incomplete. Trying to find Chris Lewis. He's the guy who got tugged, and Sullivan broke it up.
Nice job by Sullivan, the linebacker. And if he sees the ball, and he's able to just to put a little bit of a distraction in there.
Lewis is getting a lot of attention. That's because he's 4th in the nation, averaging almost 22 yards per catch. 2nd down, they go back to the ground. A jump cut by Taylor. And the 1-2 combo of early on, he picked up 8.
Yeah, Damian Taylor, the sophomore, 5'10", 214, and he's also looking to move to the outside. He's trying to run right through you, and you saw that last carry. That's
ends on the field for the Trojans. It's 3rd and 2. A little too high for his intended receiver, the tight end, Ethan Connor.
But that run by Taylor previous, I thought gave them to have the opportunity to go for it on 4th down, but now I'm watching the punt team go in. That's another missed opportunity. I thought they would go for it on the punt unit out.
Nice job by Nate Johnson for App State, getting pressure on the quarterback, forcing Watson to throw it quicker than he wanted. As Robinson waits inside his 10. Nice high, tight spiral, angling towards the sideline. So it's been both defenses coming up big so far. No score in this first quarter. The Sun Belt